the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you.
With a December snow blanketing much of the Midwest and Northeast, what a perfect time to be in the Sunshine State.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
We got this. Here we go. 180. 54 Mike. Me and you on deck. I'm coming. Here we go.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Play. Hey, 58 is a mic. Go 50. Under. What are you hitting?
Foles. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
180. Mike 54. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Well, he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Fournette running out of the gun. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. A quick throw complete to Chark. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
180. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again.
Hey, watch that. Watch that. Check, Mike. 54.
Here's Foles. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
It has to feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about complimentary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now the throw taken in by Chark. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Foles going to come up now 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. On the draw, this is Fournette. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Strip that ball.
A shotgun give to Fournette. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Fournette, a first down carry. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the Bears' 9-yard line.
And the ball situated at the 9. Second and goal.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Shit, watch the shit. Hey, goal. Down goal.
Now Foles. Now a hit, and Foles loses the football. It's out. 7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they'll see what they can do on third and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal?
What we got?
Back to throw. This is caught. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a fourth and goal. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
The kick by Lambeau is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up second and 1.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. They run it with Carson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Brandon, you know how we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan? That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team's going to get the ball, and in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
Here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 32 on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Now it's Trubisky. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That really sets them back. A loss of 6.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14.
Go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Quick pass out to Miller. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
At their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Here we go, here we go. 180. Yeah, go, let's go, let's go. Check three. Motion. 58, right over there.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Foles. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
At their 48-yard line.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That one complete. He finds Sharp. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 9.
All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the first half.
Hey, tight down. There you go.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 27-yard line.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
The tackle made there by Kyler Fackrell.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now Leonard Fournette. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
180. Check. Block 54. Better bring it.
Back to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Get him!
Turbo 64. 58
to Mike, 58.
2nd and 10. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Elsewhere on the NFL scoreboard in Dallas. And the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
From the 41, Trubisky. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Going for the deep ball. And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there as the first half is winding down, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, or they want to let their return guy touch it.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot downfield. Nope. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I'm scared.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Now a hit and a loose, still going. Now he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secure. And a lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
At the Bears' 24-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Good track, good track.
13. Topper!
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That's complete to Slayton. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Darius Slayton, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys have now moved out in front.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo, and they will take a 7-point lead. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Their own 26-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. It's complete to Robinson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And now a carry here for their fullback. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. 16 yards, a first down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
On first down, it's Grant. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Corey Grant with touchdown number 12 on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And that will tie our game here in the third quarter.
That ties the game, 24-24.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
They'll run it again with Fournette.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go.
Now back to throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, 68 yards as they have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way, because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball.
Here's the option going left on 2nd down. 22 yards there, a first down.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Motion, motion, motion. Hey, alert. 27 Mike, 27. Move. You must be treated. Hey, check Mike 47.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. 14 yards in a Chicago first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit, because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Both up. 180. Come on. Tighten up.
They'll try and run with their fullback. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. It's caught. It's Miller. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
I'm coming after you. Yeah. 27 right.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Here's Carson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exactly what they did.
This is caught, and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Anthony Miller, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point right down the middle, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
Let's go. 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Hey, Keaton. Hey, Haywood.
Again, it's Fournette. And an alley to run. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Under. Hey, wahoo! Switch up.
This is Fournette. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Well, there's that man again. It's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark 52 yards. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late.
Back, red, up. Lock in.
From the 31, Trubisky. That's complete to Robinson. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This is taken at the 3.
Let's go.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
At the 31-yard line.
Set! 180!
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. Past the 20, 10, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark, 69 yards. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. 12 yards there and a first down.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Check, hey, ball.
Play action. It's Trubisky. That's complete to his running back, Grant. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll bring up second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Trubisky will throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Alpha. 47. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. 47's the mark, boy. 47. Check, 47.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And that is incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And that is incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
Here we go. Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Shut up.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He's got the first down inside the 10. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
You got it. You got it.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal now as they look for that final dagger. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. A quick throw complete to Chark. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. DJ Chark with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Bears.
Trubisky now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
On third down, Grant. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be fourth down now.
A gain of 9 on the play, but it brings up fourth down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Tell me what you wanna give, how much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconception.